When you wake up each day, you have a choice. You can choose to let go of the things you cannot control, or you can choose to allow them to control you. Life is full of moments where we find ourselves fixated on outcome, on what will happen, on how things should unfold, on achieving a specific result. But this fixation is a trap. It ties us to expectations and outcomes that are often beyond our control, leading us to anxiety, frustration, and disappointment. The key to freedom, peace, and happiness lies in releasing this attachment to the outcome. To understand this, when you focus solely on the outcome, you miss out on the present moment. You miss out on the beauty of the process, the lessons you could learn, and the growth you could experience. You start to measure your worth and success based on results rather than on the effort, passion, and love you put into what you're doing. And when things don't turn out as expected, it leaves you feeling empty, like all your hard work was for nothing. But let me tell you something important. Your value is not tied to the outcome. Your worth is inherent in who you are, not in what you achieve. Consider a seed planted in the ground. The seed doesn't worry about whether it will grow into a mighty tree or not. It doesn't stress over how tall it will become or how many leaves it will have. This seed simply does what it was meant to do. It grows. It trusts in the process without attachment to the outcome. And because of that trust, it can reach its fullest potential. The same applies to you. When you let go of the need to control the outcome, you allow yourself to grow in ways you never imagined. You give yourself the space to be, to create, and to experience life fully. Letting go of attachment to the outcome doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or goals. It means approaching them with a sense of freedom and detachment. It means putting in the effort, doing your best, and then releasing the need for things to happen in a specific way. It means trusting that whatever happens, it's exactly what needs to happen for your growth, for your journey. When you adopt this mindset, you remove the burden of anxiety and fear. You free yourself to live fully in the moment, to enjoy the journey rather than just focusing on the destination. Think about the times you've been most stressed or anxious. Chances are it was when you were clinging tightly to a particular outcome, when you were afraid things wouldn't go as planned, or when you were obsessed with making sure everything turned out just right. But what if, instead, you focused on the present moment, on what you can do right now, and let go of the need to control the future? What if you trusted that everything will unfold as it should, even if it doesn't look exactly like you imagined? This shift in perspective can bring you a profound sense of peace. It's also important to recognize that attachment to the outcome is often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear is nothing more than a shadow. It only has power if you let it. When you let go of the outcome, you let go of the fear. You allow yourself to step into the light, to act from a place of love and trust rather than fear and doubt. You open yourself up to possibilities you never considered before because you're no longer limited by your own expectations. This doesn't mean that things will always go smoothly or that you'll always get what you want. Life has its ups and downs, its challenges and obstacles. But when you're not attached to the outcome, you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. You become resilient, adaptable, and open to learning from every experience. You see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as threats to your happiness. And because you're not fixated on a specific result, you're able to appreciate the beauty and the unexpected, the serendipity in life. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the freedom to let go of the outcome. It's the freedom to live your life without the constant pressure of meeting expectations, whether they're your own or someone else's. It's the freedom to be yourself, to pursue your passions, and to find joy in the process, regardless of where it leads. When you let go of the outcome, you allow yourself to live authentically without the burden of trying to control what happens next. See, life is not about reaching a destination. It's about the journey, about the experiences you have along the way, the people you meet, the lessons you learn, and the person you become. When you're focused on the outcome, you miss out on these moments. You miss out on the richness of life, on the opportunities for connection, for learning, for growth. But when you let go of the outcome, you open yourself up to all of this. You become more present, more engaged, more alive. Letting go of attachment to the outcome also allows you to be more creative, more innovative. When you're not worried about how things will turn out, you're free to take risks, to try new things, to think outside the box. You're not confined by the need for things to be a certain way. So you're able to explore new possibilities, to find new solutions, to create in ways you never thought possible. This is where true innovation comes from. Not from a place of fear or control, but from a place of freedom and trust. So how do you let go of attachment to the outcome? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to when you're feeling anxious or stressed and ask yourself if it's because you're attached to a particular outcome. Recognize that this attachment is not serving you, that it's holding you back from experiencing life fully. Then make a conscious choice to let it go. Remind yourself that you can only control your actions, not the results. Focus on what you can do right now in this moment and trust that everything else will fall into place. Next, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to attachment. When you're grateful for what you have, for the present moment, you're less likely to be fixated on the future. You start to see the abundance in your life rather than what you think is missing. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you already have, from the outcome to the process. It allows you to appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. The other key to letting go of attachment to the outcome is to cultivate a sense of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust that everything is unfolding as it should. This trust is not about believing that everything will always go your way, but about knowing that whatever happens, you have the strength, the resilience, and the wisdom to handle it. Trust that life has a way of working things out, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. Trust that the universe has your back, that it's guiding you towards your highest good. Meditation can also be a powerful tool in letting go of attachment to the outcome. When you meditate, you practice being in the present moment without judgment, without expectation. You learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. You develop a sense of inner peace and calm, which makes it easier to let go of the need to control the future. Through meditation, you connect with your true self, with the part of you that is not defined by outcomes or external circumstances. You tap into a deeper sense of trust and faith, which allows you to let go of attachment. Another way to let go of attachment to the outcome is to set intentions rather than goals. Goals are often tied to specific outcomes, whereas intentions are more about the energy and focus you bring to your actions. When you set an intention, you're not fixated on a particular result. Instead, you're focused on how you want to show up in the world, on the qualities you want to embody, on the impact you want to have. Intentions are about the journey rather than the destination. They allow you to be flexible, to adapt to whatever comes your way, without losing sight of what's truly important. It's also important to remember that letting go of attachment to the outcome doesn't mean letting go of your dreams or desires. It's not about giving up or resigning yourself to whatever happens. It's about approaching your dreams with a sense of freedom and openness, rather than with fear and control. It's about putting your heart and soul into what you're doing, while also being willing to let go of how things turn out. It's about trusting that whatever happens, it's for your highest good, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. Letting go of attachment to the outcome is a practice. And like any practice, it takes time and patience. There will be moments when you find yourself clinging to a particular result, when you're tempted to try to control things. In those moments, it's important to be gentle with yourself, to acknowledge what's happening without judgment, and to remind yourself to let go. It's okay to feel fear or anxiety. These are natural human emotions. The key is not to let them control you, not to let them keep you from living fully in the present moment. As you continue to practice letting go of attachment to the outcome, you'll start to notice a shift in your life. You'll feel more at peace, more centered, more grounded. You'll find that you're able to enjoy the present moment more fully without the constant worry about the future. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats to your happiness. And you'll begin to trust in the process of life, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. Letting go of attachment to the outcome is not about abandoning your dreams or desires. It's about releasing the need to control how they unfold. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if it's not what you expected. It's about finding peace and happiness in the present moment, rather than constantly chasing after a future result. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you free yourself to live fully, to experience the richness of life, to grow and evolve in ways you never imagined. Remember, your worth is not tied to the outcome. Your value is not determined by what you achieve, but by who you are. You are enough, just as you are, without the need for validation from external results. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you allow yourself to live authentically, to pursue your passions with joy and freedom without the burden of expectation. You open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer, and you give yourself the gift of true peace and happiness. So I encourage you to let go of your attachment to the outcome. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Focus on the present moment, on what you can do right now, and let go of the need to control the future. When you do, you'll find that life becomes more beautiful, more fulfilling, and more joyful than you ever imagined. You'll discover a sense of freedom and peace that comes from living in the present moment, from trusting in the flow of life, and from letting go of the need to control the outcome. Letting go of attachment to the outcome is a powerful practice that can transform your life. It allows you to live with more peace, more joy, and more freedom. It frees you from the burden of expectations and opens you up to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. It allows you to focus on the present moment, on the process, rather than on the result. And in doing so, it allows you to experience the richness and beauty of life in a way you never thought possible. So today, make the choice to let go of your attachment to the outcome. Make the choice to live fully in the present moment, to trust in the process, and to embrace the journey. Remember, your worth is not tied to the outcome. It's inherent in who you are. You are enough just as you are. And when you let go of the need to control the future, you free yourself to live fully, to grow, to evolve, and to experience the true joy and peace that comes from living in the present moment. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You allow yourself to be surprised by life, to discover new paths, new opportunities, new ways of being. You become more flexible, more adaptable, more resilient. You find that you're able to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace because you're not fixated on a particular result. You're able to see the beauty in the unexpected, the serendipity in life, and to appreciate the journey for what it is. A series of moments, each one a gift, each one an opportunity for growth and learning. Letting go of attachment to the outcome is not about giving up on your dreams or desires. It's about approaching them with a sense of freedom and openness, rather than with fear and control. It's about trusting that whatever happens, it's for your highest good, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. It's about finding peace and happiness in the present moment, rather than constantly chasing after a future result. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you free yourself to live fully, to experience the richness of life, to grow and evolve in ways you never imagined. As you continue to practice letting go of attachment to the outcome, you'll find that your life becomes more peaceful, more joyful, more fulfilling. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as threats to your happiness. You'll begin to trust in the process of life, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. And you'll discover a sense of freedom and peace that comes from living in the present moment, from trusting in the flow of life, and from letting go of the need to control the outcome. So today, make the choice to let go of your attachment to the outcome. Make the choice to live fully in the present moment, to trust in the process, and to embrace the journey. Remember, your worth is not tied to the outcome. It's inherent in who you are. You're enough just as you are. And when you let go of the need to control the future, you free yourself to live fully, to grow, to evolve, and to experience the true joy and peace that comes from living in the present moment. Right, this is a beautiful journey, full of twists and turns, ups and downs, surprises and challenges. But it's in the letting go of our need to control the outcome that we find true peace and happiness. It's in the release of our attachment to the future that we find freedom and joy in the present moment. So let go of your attachment to the outcome and embrace the journey of life. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should and that you are exactly where you need to be. Let go and allow yourself to live fully, to experience the beauty and richness of life, to grow and evolve into the person you were meant to be. You may wonder what it truly means to let go of attachment to the outcome. It's about surrendering the need for things to turn out in a specific way and embracing a deeper trust in the process of life. It's not about losing interest or giving up on your goals. Rather, it's about finding freedom in the journey without being weighed down by the fear of failure or the pressure of success. When you release your grip on the outcome, you allow yourself to be fully present, fully engaged in the now where life is truly lived. So often, we become so fixated on the destination that we forget to enjoy the journey. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or I'll be fulfilled once I achieve that goal. But life is not a series of destinations. It is an ongoing experience. The joy, the growth, the lessons, they're all in the process, not the end result. By focusing solely on the outcome, we miss out on the richness of life as it unfolds moment by moment. Let's take a closer look at the notion of success. Success is often measured by outcomes, achievements, accolades, material gains. But true success is not about these external markers. True success is about living in alignment with your values, being true to yourself, and finding fulfillment in the work you do and the life you lead. It's about knowing that you've done your best, that you've given your all, regardless of the result. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you redefine success on your own terms. You start to see success not as a destination, but as a state of being, a way of living that is rooted in integrity, purpose, and passion. Letting go of attachment to the outcome also means releasing the fear of failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of the journey towards success. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become better. When you are attached to the outcome, failure feels like a setback, a personal defeat. But when you let go of that attachment, you can see failure for what it truly is, a stepping stone, a valuable teacher. You begin to embrace failure as a natural part of the process, and in doing so, you remove its power to hold you back. Enter the artist who paints without concern for how the painting will be received. They are not painting for approval or accolades. They are painting because it is their passion, because the act of creation brings them joy. The outcome, the finished painting, is secondary to the process of creation itself. This is the essence of letting go of attachment to the outcome. It's about finding fulfillment in the act of doing rather than in the end result. This mindset applies not only to creative endeavors, but to every aspect of life. Whether you're pursuing a career, building relationships, or working toward personal goals, the principle remains the same. Focus on the effort, the intention, the present moment. Pour your heart into what you're doing, and then release the need for things to turn out a certain way. Trust that whatever the outcome, it will serve your growth and development in ways you may not immediately understand. Letting go of attachment to the outcome also allows you to cultivate patience. When you're not fixated on a specific result, you can be more patient with the process. You understand that everything takes time, that growth is gradual, that change doesn't happen overnight. This patience is not passive. It is an active, engaged presence in the moment. It is the ability to stay committed and focused without the anxiety of rushing toward a specific result. It is the calm assurance that in time, all things will unfold as they're meant to. It's one of the most profound aspects of letting go of attachment to the outcome is the sense of peace it brings. When you're no longer caught up in a need for things to go a certain way, you release a tremendous amount of stress and anxiety. You begin to experience a deeper sense of inner calm, a peace that comes from knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances. It is a state of being that arises from within, from a place of trust and surrender. Letting go also enhances your ability to be flexible and adaptable. Life is unpredictable. Things don't always go as planned. But when you are not attached to a specific outcome, you are better equipped to handle life's twists and turns. You become more resilient, more open to change, more willing to embrace new opportunities and challenges. This flexibility allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and confidence, knowing that you have the inner strength to handle whatever comes your way. In relationships, letting go of attachment to the outcome can transform the way you connect with others. Often we place expectations on our relationships. We want people to behave a certain way to meet our needs, to fulfill our desires. These expectations can lead to disappointment and conflict. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you free yourself and others from these expectations. You allow relationships to evolve naturally without the pressure of meeting specific outcomes. You become more accepting, more compassionate, more present with others, and in turn, your relationships become deeper, more authentic, and more fulfilling. It's important to understand that letting go of attachment to the outcome is not about detachment from life. It's not about being indifferent or disengaged. On the contrary, it's about being fully engaged, fully present, fully alive. It's about participating in life with all your heart, while also recognizing that you cannot control everything. It's about giving your best effort while also trusting that the outcome will be what it needs to be. This is a balance between action and surrender, between striving and letting go. You might ask, how do you maintain motivation if you're not focused on the outcome? The answer lies in finding intrinsic motivation in doing things for the love of doing them rather than for the external rewards. When you are motivated by passion, by a sense of purpose, by the joy of the process, you don't need the outcome to motivate you. The work itself becomes its own reward. You find fulfillment in the doing, not just in the achieving. This intrinsic motivation is more sustainable, more fulfilling, and ultimately more powerful than any external reward. As you continue to practice letting go of attachment to the outcome, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your life. You will start to feel lighter, less burdened by worry and anxiety. You will find that you are more present in your daily activities, more connected to the people around you, more engaged with life. You will begin to experience a sense of freedom, a freedom that comes from releasing the need to control, from trusting in the process, from living in a moment. This freedom is not just a personal liberation. It also has a ripple effect on the world around you. When you are free from attachment, you become a source of peace and positivity for others. You inspire others to let go of their own attachments, to find peace in the present moment, to live with more freedom and joy. Your example shows others that it is possible to live a life of fulfillment and purpose without being bound by the outcome. In this way, your own practice of letting go becomes a gift to the world. Letting go of attachment to the outcome is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong practice, one that requires patience, persistence, and compassion for yourself. There will be times when you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of attachment, when you feel the urge to control the outcome, when you struggle to trust the process. In these moments, it's important to be kind to yourself, to recognize that this is part of the journey, and to gently bring yourself back to the present moment. Remember, every step you take in letting go of attachment to the outcome is a step toward greater freedom, peace, and happiness. It is a step toward living a life that is true to yourself, a life that is not dictated by external results, but by your own inner values and passions. It is a step toward experiencing the fullness of life in all its beauty and complexity. So as you move forward in your life, I encourage you to practice letting go of attachment to the outcome. Practice trusting in the process, in yourself, and in the unfolding of life. Practice finding joy in the journey rather than in the destination. Practice being present in each moment without the need to control the future. And most importantly, practice living with an open heart, with a sense of curiosity, wonder, and trust in the mystery of life. When you let go of attachment to the outcome, you give yourself the greatest gift of all, the gift of true freedom. You free yourself from the chains of expectation, from the burden of control, from the fear of failure. You allow yourself to live fully, to experience life in all its richness and beauty, to grow and evolve into the person you were meant to be. This is the essence of a life well lived, a life of peace, of joy, of freedom, and of love. So let go, trust, and live fully in the present moment. The outcome will take care of itself. As you continue to embrace the practice of letting go, something remarkable begins to happen. You start to notice a shift in your perspective. The things that once consumed you, the worries, the doubts, the endless need for things to turn out a certain way. You realize that your true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in how you choose to respond to it. This realization is the doorway to a more peaceful, more fulfilling way of living. You see, when you let go of attachment to the outcome, you reclaim your energy. No longer is your mind occupied with the endless calculations of what might happen or how you can influence every variable to get the desired result. Instead, your energy is freed up to focus on what truly matters, on the actions you can take right now, on the people you can connect with today, on the experiences that are available to you in this very moment. This is where life happens, in the here and now, not in the imagined future that may or may not come to pass. This shift in focus brings with it a profound sense of clarity. When you're not entangled in the fear of what might go wrong, you can see things as they truly are. You start to make decisions from a place of wisdom and intuition rather than from fear or desperation. You begin to trust yourself more, to trust your instincts, and to act in alignment with your true values. This clarity of mind and heart is one of the greatest gifts of letting go. It allows you to live with a sense of purpose and direction, even in the midst of uncertainty. Another beautiful aspect of letting go of attachment to the outcome is the deepening of your relationships. When you are no longer trying to mold others to fit your expectations, you create space for authentic connection. You begin to see people for who they truly are, rather than for who you want them to be. This acceptance fosters deeper bonds, greater understanding, and a sense of mutual respect. Relationships become less about what you can get from the other person and more about the joy of simply being with them, sharing life's journey together without the pressure of outcomes. This approach to relationships doesn't mean that you won't have desires or preferences. It's natural to want certain things in your connections with others, and to want love, respect, understanding, and support. But when you let go of attachment to the outcome, you hold these desires lightly. You communicate your needs and wishes with honesty and clarity, but you also trust that the relationship will unfold as it's meant to. You release the need to control or manipulate, and in doing so, you create a space of freedom and respect that allows the relationship to thrive. In your professional life, too, letting go of attachment to the outcome can lead to extraordinary growth. When you are not fixated on achieving a specific result, you become more open to opportunities that may not have been on your radar. You are willing to take risks, to innovate, to explore new paths, because you are not paralyzed by the fear of failure. This openness to possibilities where true creativity and success are born. It's in this space of freedom that you can bring your best self to your work. And in doing so, you often achieve outcomes far greater than you could have imagined. In fact, many of the world's most successful people will tell you that their greatest achievements came when they stopped trying so hard to control everything and instead focused on what they could do in the moment. They didn't ignore their goals, but they didn't let those goals dictate their every move either. They took action, they put in the work, but they also trusted the process, allowing life to unfold in its own time and in its own way. This balance between action and surrender is the sweet spot where true success is found. Letting go of attachment to the outcome also has a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. When you're not constantly stressed about how things will turn out, you find a new level of peace. Anxiety diminishes because you are not living in a future that hasn't happened yet. You are living in the present where you have the power to act. Depression loses its hold because you are not fixated on what hasn't gone right in the past. You are focused on what you can do right now. This shift in focus brings a sense of empowerment and serenity that is deeply healing. Moreover, this approach fosters a sense of resilience. Life will inevitably bring challenges and setbacks, but when you are not attached to a specific outcome, you are better able to navigate these difficulties with grace. You don't see obstacles as the end of the road, but as opportunities to learn and grow. You become more flexible, more adaptable, more capable of bouncing back from adversity. This resilience is not about being unshakable. It's about being able to bend without breaking, to flow with life's changes rather than resisting them. As you continue to practice letting go, you may also notice a shift in your spiritual life. Many spiritual traditions teach that attachment to the outcome is a source of suffering, and that true liberation comes from releasing this attachment. When you let go, you align yourself with a higher sense of purpose, with the flow of the universe. You begin to trust that there is a greater plan at work, even if you cannot always see it. This trust allows you to surrender more fully to the present moment, to live with a sense of peace and acceptance, knowing that you are part of something much larger than yourself. This spiritual perspective doesn't require you to adhere to any particular belief system. It's simply about recognizing that there is a natural order to life, a rhythm and flow that is beyond our control. When you stop trying to force things to go your way, you open yourself up to the wisdom and guidance that is always available to you. You start to notice synchronicities, moments of grace, opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere. This is not about magical thinking, but about being attuned to the subtle currents of life and trusting that they are leading you where you need to go. Ultimately, letting go of attachment to the outcome is about living with an open heart. It's about being willing to love, to give, to create without the need for guarantees or assurances. It's about showing up fully in your life with all your passion, your energy, your creativity, and trusting that whatever happens, it will be okay. This openness allows you to experience life in its fullness with all its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and defeats, its beauty and imperfection. When you live with an open heart, you are more connected to yourself, to others, and to the world around you. You are more compassionate, more empathetic, more understanding. You see the interconnectedness of all things, and you begin to act in ways that reflect this understanding. You are more willing to forgive, to let go of grudges, to move forward with love and kindness. This is not about being perfect or always getting it right. It's about being human, about embracing the messiness of life with grace and humility. In the end, letting go of attachment to the outcome is a practice of freedom. It's the freedom to live your life without the constant pressure of needing things to be a certain way. It's the freedom to pursue your dreams with passion and joy, without the fear of failure. It's the freedom to connect with others in a way that is authentic and true without the constraints of expectation. And it's the freedom to be yourself, to live in alignment with your values, to experience life in all its richness and complexity. So as you move forward, I encourage you to continue practicing this art of letting go. Be patient with yourself and remember that this is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you find it easy to let go and times when it feels almost impossible. But with each step you take, you are moving closer to a life of greater peace, greater joy, and greater freedom. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust that whatever the outcome, it will be exactly what it needs to be. And as you practice letting go, you will find that life becomes a little lighter, a little brighter, a little more joyful. You will find that you are more present, more engaged, more connected to the people and experiences that truly matter. You will find that you are able to live with a sense of peace and acceptance, knowing that you are doing your best and that the rest will take care of itself. This is the gift of letting go, the gift of living fully, freely, and joyfully without the burden of attachment. So go forward with an open heart, with trust, and with the knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. Let go of the need to control the outcome, and instead embrace the beauty of the journey. Live fully, love deeply, and trust that whatever happens, you will be okay. This is your life, and it is meant to be lived with freedom, with joy, and with a sense of peace that comes from knowing that you are doing your best, and that is enough.